everyone, welcome to the GRE How-To series where we make studying for the GRE a lot more tolerable. I missed you so much. And boy, do we have a lot to talk about. I have a question for you. Should I pay $3,000 for a tutor? Let's discuss after this. I really want to take this time to thank the 600 people who have taken the time to subscribe to my channel. I am so honored to be in your subscription list. And if you haven't joined the fam, there's so much more coming out. So please feel free to subscribe, hit the bell notification so that you know when the next videos are out. Let's get into this, shall we? I have been on a very, very busy stint when it comes to work, and it's just been a little topsy-turvy, and I have been I just couldn't wait to get back to you and talking about the GRE journey and just talking about a lot of things that are just coming up in my life. For me, I feel like there's a lot of things going on, a lot of growing, both emotionally, spiritually, intellectually, professionally. And I think that the more and more I think about those journeys, the more I realize that they all have to do with some common practices that I need to be disciplined with. And I'm really excited about creating more video content about those things. So I have a thing called Pilot Week coming up in the fall. I'm very excited about it so that you can get to see a lot more of my ideas and, get a little bit more into the Ashley mix if you're interested. I hope you are. Deadlines are coming around the corner. I think a lot of schools are starting to release their applications, and the pressure is on when it comes to getting the test score that we need in order to make our dreams come true, or at least get closer to making our dreams a reality. At this point in time, because of life responsibilities and work, things are starting to just get a lot more tight when it comes to time constraints. And I don't know, one day I just looked up and I was just like, you know what? I need help. I need to figure out how I can get some help to get me to where I need to be so I can just take this GRE and just be done with it. So I looked up a couple tutors. I called them up, and it's really, I hate it actually, because it goes into this entire sales process, right? You can't just get a quote online. You have to call in and you have to talk to a salesperson who probably hasn't taken the test before, and answer a couple questions about what your goals are, how you feel about tests, if you get test anxiety, or what your strengths are, what the things you want to work on, and the goals that you are working toward. And then they say, oh, well, based on when you want to take the test, I recommend, let's say 16 hours. And for 16 hours, it's a low price of $3,000. And you're lucky today because there's a $2 per hour discount. That's the sale. The sales guy was like, so does that sound like something you'd be interested in getting started? And I was like, well, only if it's the greatest tutor in the world. Because when it comes down to it, realistically, I want to raise my score 10 points. I want to go up 8 points in the math portion, and I want to go up 2 points in verbal. Just to, just add that extra cushion. Is that 8? No, 10 points. Yeah. Oh my God. I'm losing it. As you can see, I'm starting to get a little rusty when it comes to mental math and getting into that stamina and things like that. And I really thought, well, maybe getting a tutor is going to help me just brushing up. Maybe a tutor is going to help me accelerate this process. Fact of the matter is, there are a couple things that came to mind that really helped me decide if getting a tutor was right for me. And I'm going to explain what my thought process was. Maybe you'll feel differently. Maybe that our values might not align, and that's fine. I just want to make sure that I can be as helpful as possible and maybe helping you decide whether you should go and invest in a tutor. So there are pros and cons to it, right? The pros is that you get a Sherpa of a sense. You get a guide, as someone who's been doing this for a while. They kind of like take tests for fun, or at least to be able to be certified enough. Certified is a very loose standard, but they take these tests in order to qualify to become tutors. So they also have to retake the test to maintain their qualifications. So these are people who know the test. I thought that it would be pretty good to just have someone who knows their way around the test to just tell me what the shortcuts are and just help me get over the hump. It's only 10 points. Another pro is that it's supposed to be a structured process. You know, the tutor is supposed to put together what I need in order to have a customized program so that I can follow the steps and then we can work towards the goals together, which is something I'm really interested in. Now, the ultimate con, and let's just put it out there, is the price. The fact of the matter is, all of us can study and do what we need to do for, I would say, probably less than $50 US. That is much lower than $3,000. $3,000 can get you what? Probably like books, or $3,000 can pay your rent, and you know, like rent. Like, that's 2 months of rent. But not if you live in like California, which is where I'm from. So sorry. Despite the cost, this is an investment. And if you are looking to get into a grad school that has scholarship programs and things like that, spending $3,000 on getting a great test score that could ultimately help you get a scholarship that could be tens of thousands of dollars, I mean, that in and of itself means that the return on investment is quite high. So that's something that I wanted to keep in mind, because getting the score is really important for me to get into the programs that I'm interested in getting into. A con for me personally is that I did see this as a shortcut. You know, I just really wanted someone to just help me and just, you know, tell me what to do and get it done. But the more I examined it, the more I realized it's not really a shortcut at all. In a sense, I still have to do the work. I can't just pay somebody to go take the test for me. Sometimes I honestly start thinking I can just throw money at a solution and then I'll just get the results that I want. I mean, that's not true. Ask anyone who pays for a gym subscription and ask them if just paying the gym dues helps them get the body that they want. It doesn't. When I started to lump together all the pros and cons, I really realized the thing that really stuck with me is that there aren't shortcuts on this. At the end of the day, I just need structure so that I can finish what I started and help me go and, you know, achieve what I'm set out to do. I mean, I go back to why I started this series in the first place. I fundamentally believe that you shouldn't need to pay thousands of dollars in order to get what you need to get the score that you need to get to the school that you are interested in getting into. I started to think about it, and I started to think about the fact that I still have time on my side. I still have a few months, and I think that with the right structure, that I could probably do it without resorting to a tutor. For me, I mean, my starting point is pretty good. I want to try. I want to try one more time. I'm not against it because, again, I have time now, but after a certain point, I'm not going to have time, and I might need to invest in someone who's going to help me have a targeted approach to my studying, since I'll probably be in a time crunch at that point. I really just got an epiphany. The thought of paying a tutor to magically get the willpower and discipline to do the work that I need to do is just a pretty I mean, it's just not wise. The fact of the matter is, no one can grow willpower in you. Willpower is a finite resource, right? Like, we're not going to be able to muster more of it. It's just a matter of the choices that we make and how we choose to utilize our time. So the whole idea that this tutor is going to help me get more willpower is just unfounded. I need to make sure that I have the structure needed, yes, and I need to make sure that I make good choices to utilize my time to follow that structure. Those are things that don't require a tutor. They don't require anyone else but me. I have the capacity to make the structure. I have the capacity to make the choices. In fact, I am the only one who can make the choice for me to utilize my time in a way that's going to help me towards my goals. So I've come up with a plan. I'm going to create a 2-month study plan, and hey, in the spirit of, why I started this channel in the first place, I really don't believe in just holding it to myself. So if you're interested in receiving the 2-month study plan that I come up with, check out the link below and sign up, and you'll be the very, very first to get the plan. I know there are a lot of plans out there, but I personally have a beef with some of them. I just really believe that there are some material improvements that can be made, and I'm excited to actually make them and share them with you. So again, click the link below to sign up, and you will be the very first to receive that. I'm actually pretty excited about it because when I first started this GRE journey, it was because of you that I've been able to get such a great foundation in my first score. I'm really excited to build on it. So if you're really interested in coming along with me, this trade is still going. I really think that it's really important for us to use this as an exercise to grow our perseverance, grow our choice making so that we can really learn to make the choices that we need to achieve our goals. I'm really excited about delivering a lot more videos and a lot more helpful tips and tricks when it comes to the GRE, productivity, and really making sure that you are getting your grad school application into shape. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to put them in the comments below. I really try to respond to every single one of them because you are so important to me, and it really brightens my day to hear from you. Until then, I'll see you next time.